Hello everybody, Toastbomb here. Today we're looking at a new map for Halo 4 and it looks freaking amazing. But first, I have to tell you that this is not my video, this is someone else's video. So if you like what you're seeing on the screen, you can go check out their video because I will put a link in the description. Alright, so let's talk about the map. So the map's name is Solace and it is a team-based symmetrical map. So symmetrical meaning that it is the same on both sides, and team-based meaning that each team spawns on their own side of the map. It's not just a free-for-all. Like in some maps, say Guardian or Lockout, if you played those from previous Halo games, you would spawn wherever. It wouldn't matter. Sometimes you'd spawn in blue, sometimes you spawn in green. In this map, you will spawn on one side of the map every single time, as long as it's a team game. Now, personally, I think this map has a really good chance to be an amazing map because it's symmetrical and it seems like it could fit really well with CTF. So far, the only CTF map we saw was really big, wide open, and didn't have a ton of cover. It was more vehicle based and sort of big team battle based. It wasn't just 4v4 classic, CTF, 2 spawns, symmetrical map, let's go. And I think that is awesome. And that was sort of missing in Reach. That was something I kind of missed. We did have Zealot, but that was arguably not the greatest map, and Countdown as well. But that's felt kind of awkwardly claustrophobic at times. I don't know if anyone else felt that, but I felt like the maps in Reach just weren't up to par, and this one seems like it could be really awesome and has a lot of potential to it. Now, there are a few things in this video that we have not actually seen that much of, one of them being the regen, returning from Halo 3, the equipment in Halo 3 that I thought was super way overpowered. In this game, it seems still quite powerful, but it doesn't seem like your shields recharge quite as instantly as they did in Halo 3. In Halo 3, you could be like shooting a guy with an AR and he's like on the brink of dying, and he's so close to dying that he makes the noise that he's supposed to do when he dies, the little ah noise, and he just keeps doing that for every bullet you hit him with, and it would just instantly start recharging your health and shield, so it's basically like impossible to kill somebody in it. That seems to be kind of changed. He gets hit with a grenade while he's in the regen, and it seems to recharge very quickly, but not quite instantly, so hopefully that won't happen anymore. Also, the amount of time that it's actually out for seems to be probably cut into a quarter or maybe even more. Halo 3, those things freaking lasted for like a minute, and it was pretty crazy. Here it only seems to last a good like 25 seconds or so, and that's about it. Also, one of the problems in Halo 3 was that it was this cloud that kind of faded out around the edges, so you couldn't quite tell when someone was in it and they were going to be affected by it when they're around the edges of the field, and you couldn't tell very easily either as the player if you're going to get healed by this. Now it's just this solid bubble, so you're either in it or you're not, and it's very easy to tell whether you are. Also on the regen, I've looked at the cooldown and it seems to be about 30 seconds, which is a frickin' long time. If you think about 30 seconds, it doesn't seem like that much, but you go into your post-game stats and you look at your average lifetime and it is less than 30 seconds. A lot of times it's around 20 seconds. So you're probably going to be using this thing more often dying and then respawning than actually using it twice in one life. So the cooldown time is massive on the thing, so even if it is quite powerful, you're not going to be putting it out there too often, and it doesn't even last that long. And then for my calculations, how long it's actually out seems to be about 10 seconds. So that is maybe a little bit scary because that means that a whole team of these things could just be stacking them at one spot, but then that means that entire team is going to be in one spot, vulnerable to rockets, grenades, etc., and then they're not going to have the advantage of having all this other awesome stuff like thruster packs and things like that, and they're just going to be limited to this one little bubble of space and have no other armor abilities to help them fight off people. So it seems pretty balanced in my opinion. Another thing he uses the thruster pack, and this thing's actually being proven to be a really, really useful armor ability, especially for things like grenades, because now that you have the indicator there, you can tell where the grenades are relative to you, so you can just easily be like, oh yeah, the grenade's to the right of me, I thruster pack to the left. Boom! Outie explosion, awesome. Also, just getting away from simple gunfights, especially longer ranged things where you're like, normally you'd just be like, well, crap, I'm dead. You can just be up, thruster pack away, and it gives me that little bit of an advantage that I needed to get away and be safe. But I also feel like it's not too large of a distance. I don't feel like it's Halo Reach's Evade where you're just launching down the map doing a somersault and just flying across the map. It's quite controlled, short distance that you're moving with it. So it's going to require a good amount of map knowledge for you to know what fights you can get out of by going to what positions and do all that fun stuff. Also, it seems quite balanced against people evading towards you and just double meleeing you or just shotgunning you or something like that, because it zooms out into third person. So you're not going to have your aim necessarily right on the guy, because it's probably going to get reset to the center or something like that, so it can throw you off quite a bit. If they kept it in the third person, it would probably be, you thruster pack towards a person, you just boom, boom, shotgun them, and they're like, WTF, mate. And that would be annoying. So now it brings you out in the third person, come back in, and you can't really do that. Also, one really cool feature that not a lot of people know about is that you can thruster pack in mid-air. So, I mean, I've said this before in a previous video a while ago, but imagine this. You have a sniper rifle, right? You're around a corner, and you know someone's quite a ways away from you, like looking at your position, waiting for you to round that corner. You jump out with the sniper. Quick scope, snipe them in the face. Now, normally, in that situation, that could happen in Halo 3, but the problem with that is that you're now exposed. You have jumped out of your cover, and whoops, I got the shot off, but I'm basically dead. But instead, in Halo 4, you have the thruster pack, so you jump out, quick scope, 50 cal to the face, and then thruster pack mid-air back into cover. How cool would that be? That would be one of the coolest things I've ever seen, if that happens. Or even jump off the map. Quick scope back onto the map. That would be awesome too. So also he picks up this like SMG weapon that he claims is a new weapon, which, I mean, I think that's just the suppressor, but he says that it's a burst fire weapon, but he also gets it to go into fully automatic. And this really confused me. I don't know what the heck he's talking about. I thought maybe he's just fanning the trigger to make it go burst fire, but it really sounds like it's a controlled burst. So I have no idea what's going on with that, if it got switched to a burst weapon. But also you notice when he's bursting, previously in the video, of course, that his ammo regenerates. I mean, I assume that's just a bug. We're not going to have some crazy regenerating ammo stuff. I don't think. But yeah, if anyone knows like details on that, like what the heck was going on with that weapon, why was it burst fire? Did they switch the suppressor to make it burst fire / fully automatic, or was it always like that? Am I just being dumb, or what's up with that? That would be awesome. Then lastly, he uses the auto sentry in this gameplay, and man, I just don't. I mean, I think it's a really, really, really cool thing going on with the auto sentry. It's a cool idea and it's a cool concept. But I don't know if it's just not being used effectively. Like, it's hard to tell how much damage it does because people just seem to deploy it at the literally worst time possible and it just gets destroyed. Like, I don't know if this thing's gonna be super useful. Maybe it'll need a buff in the future because right now, I mean, maybe it's just people's knowledge of the map and, how to place it and stuff like that, but it just seems to get demolished as soon as it spawns, just out the gate. Just destroyed. But that's gonna do it for this video. If you like the video, you can leave a like or a comment, or you can subscribe, because I post new Halo videos every day. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.